he is sucking up to this menace of a human being who, Dana White says, doesn't want to fight. Doesn't want to fight. This man, look at this man. Do you know this man's story, what he comes from? Look at him physically right now. That man doesn't want to fight.
You know what you're doing with this camera angle, Francis.
You do know, Francis. You're doing. What are you trying to do?
Did you hit the elastic bands before this interview?
Francis,
you are vascular.
your arms are thighs, Francis.
Push-ups. It's not good.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I wanted to talk to you about what is happening with the business of fighting, because I admire you for a number of different reasons. One of them, though, is it seems like you're fighting for things that are more important than just fighting. Your story is crazy. It's amazing. You were homeless. You had to fight your way into the position to be the heavyweight champion of the world in combat sports, and then Dana White wanted to lock you down in a contract that you didn't think was free enough. So explain to me the business of what you're doing as you join the Professional Fighters League, and you're out here trying to get health insurance, and you're out here trying to make sure that every fighter gets paid $2 million, because risking your body is a very hard thing and your bodies are valuable.
Well, yeah. First of all, I'm not trying to make every fighter get $2 million because it's not possible. I wish it was possible. That would be great for everyone. But for the business standpoint, everything is doing good. Everything is going well. You know, the past 3 years being a battle. But as you know, it's just the story of my life. My whole life itself has always been a battle. So nothing new, nothing strange. But it's going well. I have I'm in the good position now. I have to deal with this contract to get free for in 3 years. I have to deal with this contract, finally get free and get a good contract from PFL that I'm happy with, a contract that also give opportunity in Africa to my people. So I'm very excited about that.
Can you explain to me when Dana White says what he says, though, about you not wanting to fight, that they offered the kitchen sink for you to fight Stipe and John Jones? When he is saying that, your reaction to that is what?
Well, my reaction is we all know how Dana like to control narrative. When he was asking for John, and there was like, John is scared. John should move down to 185. And at every meeting, I'm like, oh, John doesn't want to fight. He just want to stay there, shoot gun. So he want a big payday. And every time that they were referring to John, he was like, oh, he doesn't want to fight you. He want to stay there, shoot gun, lift weight. And, you know, he just want a big payday. So what we are scared about is that John come out here, fight. And for some reason, if he wins and decide, oh, I'm not fighting again, I'm the greatest heavyweight of all the time. So here's the narrative, and we all know that. But as I said, I'm still down for that fight. They can figure it out. It's easy now. So we will see who is scared now.
You could do it now, and I wouldn't blame John Jones if he did not want to fight you. Why would he want to fight? I mean, I understand John Jones pound for pound is the best we have ever seen, but him as a heavyweight fighting you, what you're saying, because Dana has consistently said, I don't want the freak show fights. And Tyson Fury's over here in one corner saying that, I'd be happy to leave a room with John Jones, see who can emerge from a room. As Dana White says, we don't do freak show fights. We don't do Joshua against Ngannou.
Gimmick fight, that's what he said.
Gimmick fights, we don't do them, but you're here to say, no, we've got our personal brands now. The gimmick fights are worth the money that Dana was getting. You want that money.
Yeah, and I even want the fight. I even want the John fight. As I said, I want the John fight. Now they want Tyson Fury in the UFC to fight John Jones.
But you're laughing because you want to create a business outside where if you fight John Jones, you get the money, not Dana White, correct?
Well, yeah, if I fight John Jones, I think they should figure that with the PFL, but I'm getting paid by the PFL, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
Francis, have other fighters talked to you about the move that you made and trying to pick your brain about how they can do the same thing?
You know, he's very tough for fighter to do that. As I said, he was a 3 years process, and I completely bet on myself. And at the beginning, you know, you didn't know. I didn't know that I'm gonna get here, but I just decided not to give up. You know, to hold up my ground. But yes, other fighters, a lot of them, by the way, they can speak out, but they are very happy about it, and they wish to be in my position.
Francis, did you see what was happening with Jake Paul and say to yourself, wait a minute, my brand is more valuable outside of here than it is with all the restrictions in this contract?
Excuse me?
What's happening with Jake Paul, where celebrities are creating pay-per-views, they keep more of the money. Floyd Mayweather, they own their own business. Did you see what happened with Jake Paul and say to yourself, I might be more valuable outside this octagon? It might take 3 years of fighting, and I'm guessing that Dana White's not going to let John Jones out of his contract because they're so restrictive, because he doesn't want you guys to have the money individually. Did you see what happened with Jake Paul and take a cue from the value of a fighter outside of the UFC?
No, because from the moment that we started this, I wanted to go free agent. Jake Paul wasn't around. He came after. He wasn't around. But yes, as you're referring to Floyd, yes, that was a something that you think about, that I thought about, like, but not really like to go promote myself, but like you should bet on yourself, you know. So that was the example that I look up to, kind of.
Francis, help me with something here, because I want to know, how hard was it for 3 years to get out of the contract? How many lies were told? Dana White controlling narrative is one thing in business. What was the dirtiest stuff you were experiencing as you were just asking for, can I have my freedom, please?
What I was asking at first was just like, can I have a fight? Because I had a 8-fight contract, and I want to fulfill that contract. But they wouldn't allow me, since I wasn't going to sign another contract, because they knew that if I fulfill that contract, I'm automatically free. And then they use some kind of like a dirty game there, you know, freeze me out. They know how much I was getting per fight, which wasn't much at all, just few pennies. So they knew that I couldn't make a living out of it. I have to come back and accept those contracts. And that was after the Junior Dos Santos fight, who was in June 2019. So then he was almost 1 year after that I have to fight, you know. So I just resisted to that, and that was very hard. One of the things that was hard about it as well was the pressure that they was putting on you. You know, before I decided to speak up about this, I realized that if I just stay there and not speak up, not only they are going to change the narrative, but I will not take the pressure on me. I'm just me, and they are them. They are massive, you know, and I couldn't fight that. And I started to see how they promote even the interim title by saying I don't want to fight. I'm like, these people are kidding me, you know. I think that's when I decided to start speak up about it.
Francis,
But
it's offensive. Francis, it's offensive. He's got you under contract. You don't want to fight for a little bit of money. And then he's saying you don't want to fight when all you want to do is give me the 8 fights as fast as I can get them so I can get out of this contract and get my own money.
Exactly. That's what I didn't ask for more money, because, by the way, the new contract was more money. But I was like, I don't want more money. Just give me the fight that I can fulfill my contract, my obligation, and be free. Therefore, I can renegotiate as a free man. Like, I can be locked here and negotiate. I'm not negotiating. You're just telling me what I will get, right? But either way, it's my right. You know, we have a 8-fight deal, and then I'm here asking for a fight to deliver. And they are very happy to go out there all the time, say, oh, we give those fighters three fights per year. We give this. And in the other hand, you know, at the time, I even have to, like, save all the video that Dana was saying, like, oh, we give those fighters 3 fights a year. I'm like, this guy is joking, right? I'm here. I've been here for 5-6 months asking for fight because I need money. I need to fulfill the contract. I need to make a living. I make a living out of it. My contract was exclusive, so I didn't have any other revenue, you know, but they were holding me captive into that and then trying to act like, or now they're trying to act like I want more money. I didn't want more money. If it was about more money, I would have signed the contract because there was more money into those contracts and more and more and more by the time I was getting to the end.
Francis, we've got to get you out because you've got other things to do. I hope to talk to you about this at more length because what happened to you was really unfair, and you're brave and you're a pioneer as well in what it is that you're doing in fighting for the rights of fighters. When you say a few pennies, though, I know you got to get out. A few pennies. It was more than a few pennies, but it wasn't what you were worth. What were the dollar amounts we're talking about there?
100, 120.
Woo! Oh no. 100 or 120 grand to fight as a main card. Oh no. Oh,
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
really?
Come on, man.
That bad? Okay, Francis, we'll talk more at another time. People need to know this story. What happened with you was wrong, and you did a brave thing. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, guys.
You too. Get punched in
Bye.
the face for 120? What?
That is a bad man, though. We just had the baddest man on the planet on.
Didn't want to fight. Dana White says he's a coward. It's unbelievable.
I'm not the coward. You're the coward.
How many times do you think he goes to open a door and he tears the door off the hinges?
All the time. He didn't have doors in his house. He can't.